All right, here we are with this next question here. And in this question, we always want to begin by reading the question sentence. What is it that we want? So here, what is the total time for the trip? So everyone, they explicitly say time, and not just time, they say total time. So you tell me, everybody, as you think about it, as you see it in your face, when you think of total time or total anything, what comes to mind? What comes to mind instantly in terms of an operation? Yeah, if you're thinking addition, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. So here we are. Let me highlight that. What is the total time for the trip? Okay. So when I read the actual context, when I read the story, just take a look. We're talking about a delivery truck. It travels this far at 30 miles an hour, then goes another 45 miles at this speed. So everyone, how many legs of this trip are there? How many parts to this trip are there? There are 2. So I'm going to go ahead and mark part 1 and part 2 of my trip. If I can find the time for part 1 and I can find the time for part 2, like we said, we would add those times together and we can get the total time. Remember, everybody, it is way more important to understand what the numbers mean before we actually start working with them. Because when you check it out here, what do we see? A delivery truck travels 45 miles at 30 miles an hour. That's the first part of the trip. So I'll go ahead and write that right over here in purple. Okay, so I have a rate 30 miles an hour. I have my distance, that's 45 miles. And then in the second part of the sentence, it says, then another 45 miles at 45 miles per hour. Okay, great. So I'll highlight that in green. Okay, perfect. And then again, my rate here, 45 miles per hour. And then my distance, I'll just use a capital D to be consistent. That's going to be 45 as well. Okay, cool. So this is where we are. We don't have the time yet. They didn't gift us the time over here. They didn't gift it to us over here. So we have to roll our sleeves up and do a little bit of calculating, but that's okay. What we'll use is our distance rate time formula. We're just missing the time, so we can say distance equals rate times time. I'll plug in the 45 right there. And then I have my 30 for the rate. And I'm looking for that time. My party people, now that we're here, what operation do we use to get the time by itself? Division all the way, right? Division all the way. So let's get it done. I'll divide both sides by 30. Left and right side. It's going to cancel on the right side. And so we can use a little bit of long division to get that done. So I'll just write 30 going into 45. We know 30 goes into 45 just once, so I'll write the 1. And I'll subtract the 30, and I'll leave that 15 as the remainder. But we can't. We see our answers as decimals. So what we'll do now is I will go ahead and mark the decimal place where it is. Because again, 45 is the same as 45.0. We all know that. But we're not used to seeing it with division, but that's okay. We can drop that 0. And now we have 30 going into 150. Everybody, how many times does 30 go into 150? That'll end up being 5. Yep, absolutely. So there we go. We have the 5 right here. And there it is. It's a clean division. No remainder. So we have our time is equal to 1.5. 1.5 hours to be precise. So now that we're here, let me get rid of my long division. I'll go ahead and move this off to the side. There we are. And now we'll focus our attention over here. Everybody, this one's going to be super hard, so pay attention. We have our distance equals rate times time formula. We have 45 miles as the distance. We have 45 miles per hour as the rate. And just like before, we'll divide both sides by 45 And this might, give you a little chuckle, but that's okay. Everyone, what is 45 divided by 45? Yeah, that's just going to be 1. So boom, it's going to cancel out on both sides, and we're going to get 1 equals t, so 1 hour. So let me go ahead and just be consistent with the colors here. So 1 hour equals time. And would you look at that? We have 1.5 hours for the first part of that delivery. Then we have 1 hour for the second part of the delivery. And we already said it before. Don't lose sight of what our plan was. Once we find that time, we will add those time periods together. And 1 plus 1.5, that equals 2.5 total hours. And there we go. Our correct answer here, my party people, is going to be answer choice C, 2.5. Next question up. First thing we do every single time is read the question sentence. So it says, with a 6% sales tax, it says, what is the total price? So that's my question there. That's what I want to find, whatever the total price is. So when I go through the context, the story, I see that we're talking about a microwave that's being sold at $120, and then there's a 6% sales tax. So everyone, when we think about the total price or the final price, what operation do you typically think of when we are applying a tax to an item? Yeah, typically we think of addition. So to get this problem right, I understand that I'm going to have to take the original price of the microwave, which would be $120 in this case, and I have to add the amount of the tax, and that's going to give me my final price. So when we think about it intuitively, when we think about it, as we normally would going about our day-to-day business, yeah, this makes sense. 120 plus whatever the tax is, that's going to be the final amount. So now our job to get this problem right is really centered around and focus on, hey, what is the tax? And here's how we're going to get it. If the amount of that tax, if the percent of that tax is 6%, again, 6% sales tax, guess what's going to happen? If I plug in 6% and I multiply that by 120, remember that the percent that I apply right here is the result that I'll get. So if I'm plugging in the tax, I'm going to get the tax. That's how smooth it is. So here we go. Let's move that decimal place over so we can calculate. 1, 2. And we'll plug a 0 in for that gap that we see. So in the end here, we have 0.06 multiplied by 120. And that will give us the amount of the tax. So we have, here we go, 120, 0.06. And I can just move that over ever so slightly to line it up properly. And here we go. 0 times 6, that's going to be 0. 2 times 6, that'll be 12, carry the 1. And then we have 1 times 6 plus 1, and that's going to be 7. So it's not 720. It's going to be, move that over twice, move that over twice. That's going to be $7.20. So with that said, everyone, I know it's tempting to want to pick that answer there, but that's not correct. This is the amount of the tax. We are looking for the final price. So that's where we bring in that $7.20. We'll plug that right there. Let me make everything else ever so slightly smaller. And here we go. We just repeat everything else we had. So 120 plus that tax, again, which is $7.20. And that gives us our final amount, which will be $127.20. That makes the correct final answer actually answer choice B. And there we are.